In 1386, in the town of Falaise, France, a pig was arrested. Not chased away, not killed on a spot, arrested. It was placed in a cell, given legal representation, tried in court, found guilty and then executed. This is the story of how medieval Europe put animals on trial and meant every word of it. To understand this story, we need to understand the medieval law. Medieval courts did not exist to be symbolic, they existed to demonstrate order. Justice wasn't about psychology or rehabilitation, it was about public authority, moral balance, visible punishment, and that included animals. In 1386, a pig in town of Falaise attacked and killed an infant. This was not unusual. Pigs roamed freely, they were large, they were aggressive, and accidents were common. What was unusual was the response. The pig was formally charged with murder. The pig was taken into custody, placed in a prison, treated as a criminal defendant. It was dressed in human clothing for court because medieval law required the accused to resemble a legal person. This was not theater, this was a procedure. The pig was brought before a judge. Witnesses testified, charges were read, the case was argued. In some animal trials, animals were assigned defense lawyers. In this case, the evidence was overwhelming, the verdict was guilty, the sentence death. The pig was publicly executed by hanging in a town square in front of a crowd. This was not cruelty for entertainment, this was law. The purpose was to restore moral order, to demonstrate authority, to warn others, including other animals. Yes, really. This is the part people get wrong. This wasn't rare. Between 13th and 17th centuries, Europe held hundreds of animal trials. Animals tried included pigs, cows, horses, dogs, rats, insects. Some were excommunicated, some were banished, some were executed. Entire swarms of locusts were summoned to the court. They did not attend. This wasn't superstition, this was legal logic. Medieval law assumed wrongdoings disrupt moral order, punishment restore balance, all actors in society are subject to law. Animals were part of a society, so they were part of a jurisdiction. The goal was not to deter animals, it was to reassure humans. Here's the key point. Medieval judges were not stupid. They were operating inside a system where law was symbolic, justice was ritual, authority required visible action. Leaving a killing unpunished suggested the law was powerless. Punishing the pig proved the law still ruled the world, even over nature. As legal system modernized, intent became central, responsibility became personal, animals left the courtroom. By the 18th century, animals trials faded, not because people became kinder, but because law became more precise. The pig of Falaise was not executed because people hated animals, it was executed because society needed rituals, system need closure, and law demands visible ending. Justice in this era was about restoring order, not understanding causes. In medieval France, the law did not ask, did this make sense? It asked, did this restore order? And so a pig was tried, convicted, and executed, so that a system could continue believing it controlled the world. Hit like, subscribe, and next time we look another moment when bureaucracy insisted on applying rules to something that clearly did not understand them.